Today I'm going to show you how to achieve that grainy colored threshold look in Photoshop, step by step, using a clean workflow that gives you a gritty, stylized result without making your file a mess. This is a fantastic effect for posters, album art, thumbnails, experimental portraits, and any design where you want bold shapes, heavy texture, and striking color contrast. If you enjoy tutorials like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and creative effects. Let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is start with a subject that is already isolated on a transparent background. That means a clean PNG cutout or a subject that has been separated from the background already. This matters because the effect works best when the grain and threshold are applied directly to the subject without extra clutter interfering with the shape. Once your isolated subject layer is in Photoshop, select that layer in the Layers panel, then go up to Filter, choose Camera Raw Filter, and open the Effects tab. This is where we build the gritty texture that makes the whole look come alive. Set grain to 100, size to 25, and roughness to 80. The grain setting gives you that heavy film noise, the size controls how large the grain appears, and the roughness helps keep it from looking too digital or too repetitive. If the texture looks too smooth, this is exactly where you push it into that rough analog feel. After you apply those settings, click O to confirm the Camera Raw filter. You should now see your subject with a strong layer of grain sitting on top of it. That texture is important because it will interact with the threshold effect later and create those broken, posterized shapes that make the style so interesting. Next, duplicate your textured subject layer. On Windows, press Ctrl and J. On Mac, press CMD and J. This is a smart move because it keeps your workflow non-destructive. If you ever want to go back and adjust anything, you still have your original layer untouched underneath. Now go to Layer, then New Adjustment Layer, and choose Threshold. The threshold adjustment is what turns your image into a harsh black and white graphic. You'll see a slider appear, and this is where you control how much of the subject turns dark or light. Move the slider until the shapes read clearly and the grain clusters begin contributing to the silhouette in a visually interesting way. A value around 111 is a great starting point, but depending on your image, you may need to move it slightly up or down to get the most appealing result. The goal here is not to make everything perfectly clean. In fact, a little chaos is what makes this effect look so good. You want the grain to break up the threshold shapes in a way that feels organic, gritty, and artistic. Once it looks right, confirm the adjustment. Now comes the part that helps keep everything organized. Hold Ctrl or CMD and select both your duplicated subject layer and the threshold adjustment layer together in the Layers panel. After both are selected, right-click and choose Convert to Smart Object. This bundles the layers together into a single editable unit, which makes the workflow cleaner and easier to manage as you keep building the effect. With your new Smart Object layer active, go to Select, then Color Range. This is how we target the darkest pixels in the image. Inside the Color Range window, use the eyedropper tool and click directly on the darkest areas of your subject. You want to isolate the black shadow shapes and the grainy clusters as accurately as possible. After that, adjust the fuzziness slider carefully. Increase it if the selection is too tight, or lower it if it starts grabbing too much of the midtones. You're looking for a clean preview where the black shadow shapes and grains are isolated without swallowing the softer parts of the image. Once the selection looks right, click OK. At this point, you should see the marching ant selection around those dark areas. Now create a gradient map adjustment layer while that selection is still active. Because you made the color selection first, the gradient map will stay trapped cleanly inside the selected dark regions, which is what gives this effect such a sharp and graphic finish. Open the gradient editor and start building a vibrant palette. Put your deepest color on the far left stop because that will control the shadow shapes. Then map your midtone and highlight colors moving across the gradient bar toward the right. This is where you can really shape the mood of the artwork. You can go neon, retro, moody, electric, warm, cool, or anything in between, depending on the vibe you want. The key is to choose colors that create strong contrast. If your colors are too close together, the effect can feel flat. If they are bold and separated enough, the grainy threshold texture will pop beautifully and give you that stylized print-like finish. Once you're happy with the gradient, click OK. Now take a step back and look at the result. You should have a gritty, grainy colored threshold effect with strong silhouette shapes and vibrant mapped color sitting right inside the darkest areas. It has that edgy, artistic, slightly lo-fi feel that works so well in modern design and social media graphics. If you want to refine it further, you can go back and tweak the Camera Raw grain settings, adjust the threshold value, or try different gradient combinations until the style matches your vision. Small changes can make a huge difference, so don't be afraid to experiment a little. And that's how you create the grainy colored threshold look in Photoshop. If this tutorial helped you out, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more easy Photoshop effects, creative editing tutorials, and design workflows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.